What is up, my fellow Planeswalkers? It's Hermogenes, and welcome to another segment of Magic the Gathering Lessons. Today is all about black. An overview and quick look at the color's identity and philosophies. So let's get into it. Black, the color of personal gain. Willing to do whatever it takes to gain power. The color that sees in gray. Black is the color of amorality. To black, the only measure of right and wrong is whether or not an approach leads to success. Black ironically sees things in grays. Certain approaches may be wrong in one instance and right in another. Black understands the value of selfishness, so it is open to opportunities and strategies rejected by others as taboo or forbidden. Undeath, torment, infection, betrayal. Black is willing to sacrifice others for their own gain. The only thing Black values more than its own life is its own will, as it sees the self as the most important being of all. That being said, Black is not inherently evil. Egoism and pragmatic ambition are the source of much good in the world, especially when coupled with self-growth, and are the basis of individual rights. Though stereotyped as evil or the villains of the lore, Black has virtues of self-love, self-reliance, and willingness to face the ugly side of things that are not all evil. Black has a very cynical worldview, and its core philosophy is that of self-determination and release from society's imposed limitations. Yet beneath its wall of cynicism, Black is the color that believes that it can change the fate against the most impossible odds, even if it must stand alone. Black has an ally in blue, as it appreciates its subtlety and use of cold logic. Black is also allied with red, respecting its desire to do things on its own terms. These colors are known as Dimir and Rakdos, respectively. However, Black's disregard for other members of the group, spirituality or religion, and the sanctity of life opposes it to green and similarly enough to white. These enemy colors are known as Golgari and Orzhov, respectively. Mechanics in Black. The Culling and Destruction of the Weak. Black sees death as an effective means to an end. It can single out creatures or force the opponent to sacrifice their own. To Black, the weak deserve to be culled. No one is safe. Black has access to creature removal via means of board wipes like Meathook Massacre and Damnation, single removals such as Doomblade, and the sacrifice mechanic that bypasses indestructible and hexproof, seen in Consuming Vapors. Illness and parasitism. Black has access to varying means of suffering. Instead of destroying a creature, it can inflict them with a disease that decreases their stats to the point of death, as seen in Infest and Tragic Slip. It has means to whittle down an opponent's life total through its spells such as Stab Wound. Not only that, Black has access to leeching effects that feed off of the life of unsuspecting creatures, like the ability of Blood Artist. Card advantage. In Black, everything has a price. Life is a resource. Black has access to card draw in exchange for a sacrifice or life, as seen in Sign in Blood and Deadly Dispute, and means to tutor or search for cards in the deck using the ever-popular Vampiric Tutor. But this is not the only means of card advantage Black has. For Black, getting ahead doesn't always mean being better, but rather making your opponent do worse. As such, Black has access to discard spells like Mind Rot to take away the opponent's ability to act. Necromancy and Ritual. Flavor-wise, there is the literal Dark Ritual, but aside from that, Black will do whatever it takes to obtain power. make a deal with demons, or disturb the dead. Anything for power. Black has access to graveyard recursion, or a means to put creatures on the battlefield or back in the hand, as seen in Necromancy and Gravedigger. As for deals with demons, these are done to find cards from the deck or summon creatures of greater power, but at what cost? Much like Liliana's Demonic Pact. Cloak and Dagger. Black plays dirty. Using underhanded tactics in combat ensures an upper hand. Having access to Death Touch by a creature like Hooded Blightfang, or an equipment card, such as Reaper's Talisman. There's also Menace, Seen in Grief, and Null Priest of Oblivion. Black applies threat to get damage in. That's it for the segment on Black. Hope you found it useful and that it adds to your knowledge regarding the world of Magic the Gathering. May it help you in understanding the game concepts and further strengthen your core mechanics. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with future Magic the Gathering videos.